A call for justice after this hard hit on the football field.
That guy did not deserve that.
Two football players target an umpire during a game claiming he used a racial slur.
If you have a problem with the officiating, reach out to that figurehead.
You do not do that. You do not attack people. You do not hurt people.
The UIL emergency hearing today to address the ongoing investigation at John Jay High School.
Good morning. Thank you for watching KV News Daybreak at 4:30. I'm Corey Coffin.
And I'm Brian Mays. We'll get to today's UIL meeting in just a bit. But first, our Daybreak Top 3 for this Wednesday morning. While Hillary Clinton finally offers an apology for her email scandal, two Republican candidates continue to go head-to-head. The latest from the campaign trail in the 2016 presidential election.
Following her release from jail, embattled Kentucky clerk Kim Davis gets ready to return to work. A judge's new order to keep her from keeping marriage licenses out of the hands of same-sex couples.
And shocking images of a fatal police shooting in San Antonio have recently sparked public scrutiny. What a second video shows in the case of the controversial shooting. We'll have everything you need to know about all those stories ahead right here on Daybreak this morning. Turning now to our forecast with what we're tracking, there are some chances of rain in there for the end of this week. Lene Meyer filling in for Albert today. Good morning, Lene.
Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Corey. And good morning, everyone. Well, today I'd say this. Grab the umbrella. Keep it in your car just in case. You're not going to need it this morning. Here's Max Storm radar. Pretty quiet. But if we just open Max Storm up a little bit more and take a look to the north, you can see our cold front that's on the way. Now, don't get too excited. This isn't going to have a lot of cold air behind it. But there is another one on the way that actually may cool us down a little bit. So we're kind of tracking two fronts, which is pretty cool for September. 78 degrees right now in Austin, 76 in Bastrop, 74 in Blanco. It is a warm and humid start to the morning. Do expect temperatures to warm up today. It looks like we will start to reach the upper 80s, some low 90s by noontime. Continue that warm up to about 93 degrees this afternoon. Then we think the clouds will move in and scattered showers and storms should be through the area right about the time you're expected to head home. So we're going to dig into the forecast a little bit more on how much rain we could see and how often it looks like you could see a shower in the area today and tomorrow. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Brian?
All of us associated with Northside School District are absolutely heartbroken.
The John Jay football investigation continues today with the district making it clear the players and coaches involved in this vicious tackle of a game official will be punished. Daybreak's Tina Shively in the newsroom with more on the investigation as the UIL plans to hold an emergency hearing later today. Tina, what's it looking like?
That's right, Brian. The UIL can impose additional sanctions on the San Antonio team if they find it necessary. The two players involved are already suspended, and now we're learning so is an assistant coach from that John Jay High School team. At a press conference in San Antonio on Tuesday afternoon, leaders with Northside ISD said the players who were involved in the incident may have been encouraged to hit the referee by an assistant coach. 23-year-old Mac Breed allegedly told them, quote, "That guy needs to pay for cheating us." Breed is now on administrative leave. The players also claim the official knockdown on the field uttered racial slurs at them during the game. NISD says it filed a complaint about those allegations with the Texas Association of Sports Officials. And the district is considering the incident an assault against a school official at this time, but they do say the football season will continue.
We simply think it's an issue of fairness not to punish hundreds of students for the actions of a small group. The incident is shameful to us and is deeply troubling to all of us who for many years have been associated with athletics and with extracurricular activities in our school district.
The incident happened Friday in a game between John Jay High School and Marble Falls. You're watching it there. You can see the John Jay defensive back blindside the umpire, and then a second player dives right into him. Now, this hit came shortly after two of their teammates were ejected from this football game. Now, the Marble Falls Police Department and the Burnett County District Attorney's Office are considering filing charges against those two players who are minors. The emergency hearing is set for this morning in Round Rock at 10 o'clock. In the newsroom, Tina Shively, KV News Daybreak.
Tina, thank you. The UIL released this statement Tuesday saying, quote, "The interactions between coaches, students, and officials should always be respectful, and that official safety should never be compromised during a competition. The University Interscholastic League supports the initial disciplinary measures Northside ISD has taken." Now, the UIL also says there have been two other similar incidents involving players blindsiding officials in the past few years. The latest happened in 2008 at a playoff game between Euless Trinity and Allen. A Trinity player disciplined for knocking down an umpire, but the UIL could not say what that discipline involved. The student also wrote an apology letter to that official.
In the race for the White House this morning, Hillary Clinton responds to more questions about the email controversy, saying for the first time that she's sorry. Meanwhile, the leading Republican candidates are trying to reach voters with a little humor. ABC's Bazi Kanani is in Washington with the latest.
Good morning. Hillary Clinton says she should have done a better job of answering questions earlier about her use of a private email account while Secretary of State, but she insists it was just a mistake.
In an exclusive interview with ABC's David Muir, Clinton stressed there is no criminal investigation into her email use and said she wants to testify before Congress about it.
I did not send or receive any information that was marked classified at the time.
The Democratic frontrunner, facing possible competition from Joe Biden, said he deserves to test the waters and criticized Republican frontrunner Donald Trump for his showmanship. On the Republican side, a humorous exchange for Jeb Bush, appearing on Stephen Colbert's debut as host of The Late Show.
I've been using Jeb since 1994.
Yes.
It connotes excitement. It connotes...
Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton will both be here in D.C. today to speak about the Iran nuclear deal. Clinton will explain her support for it, while Trump will rally against it. Bazi Kanani, ABC News, Washington.
Well, after greeting hundreds of supporters following her release from jail yesterday, this morning, controversial County Clerk Kim Davis will be back at work. Last week, she was held in contempt of court for refusing to issue same-sex couples marriage licenses in Kentucky, citing religious objections. Tuesday, she walked onto a stage with her lawyer and Republican presidential candidate Mike Huckabee in tow. You heard the music to address her 5-day stint behind bars.
I just want to give God the glory. His people have rallied, and you are a strong people.
We do not want to see this country become the smoldering remains of what once was a great republic.
While Davis was behind bars Friday, her deputy clerks began issuing marriage licenses to all couples. A judge has since ordered that Davis shall not interfere in any way with the efforts of her deputy clerks to issue marriage licenses to all legally eligible couples, end quote. Now for the song Davis walked out to, Eye of the Tiger, of course, made famous in the film Rocky, but it seems the song's creator, the band Survivor, wasn't too happy with her choice in victory theme. On Tuesday, Survivor member Frankie Sullivan took to Facebook saying, quote, "No, we did not grant Kim Davis any rights to use my tune, The Eye of the Tiger. I would not grant her the rights to use Charmin. Come on, Mike, you are not the Donald, but you can do better than that," end quote. Sullivan previously sued Newt Gingrich for playing Eye of the Tiger at campaign events without authorization.
Back here in Texas, DPS saying a second video proves a man shot and killed by Bexar County deputies last month was holding a weapon. The sheriff's office now confirms Gilbert Flores was armed with a knife when he was shot and killed by 2 sheriff's deputies. That August 28th deadly shooting has caused a lot of controversy, mostly due to the first video, which you saw there, showing Gilbert Flores appearing to raise his arms as if to surrender right before he was shot by the deputies. Investigators say the knife is visible in the second video, which you can't see here. That video of the shooting has not been made public. The president of the Sheriff's Deputy Association says knowing that Flores was armed, officers' vindication for the 2 deputies involved.
But I believe that they made the right decision and they did what they were trained to do.
Now, with the exception of some forensic testing that is still at a crime lab, the investigation findings have now been turned over to the Bexar County District Attorney's Office. Meanwhile, the 2 deputies involved are still on paid leave.
Pressure mounting this daybreak on how the U.S. will deal with the growing refugee crisis from the war in Syria.
Every day I go to work, there's snipers, bombing everywhere.
Coming up, one family's incredible story of survival as they escape the violence to make it here to Texas.
And a simple breathing treatment that could cure alcohol cravings. It's only available here in Texas. Your details coming up.
And the wet weather starts us off as we move into the mid part of the week. But how much rain could we see and how much will temperatures drop? I'll let you know that coming up next.